Beta. Beta! Oh my god. Oh, okay. I can't believe we actually got here. I have an entire script here of things that I need to read out in terms of what I want to say for this video. And it'll be going through like all sort of like history and all that, and I'm not talking about that. Alright, the point of this entire video is just to officially announce the beta release of the MissChanger v2, which is the machine that you have seen right here. I've been working on it for like a year now, and yeah, everything should be ready for people to pick up and start building one for themselves. I mean, the documentation is on GitLab, the 3MF file is on Printable, and all is for free. Wow, I'm still have a hard time imagining that I'm here. For those who are interested, the step file and the native FreeCAD design files will eventually be available for purchase later when everything is gone into release. And that's about it, honestly. For the rest of this video, I just want to go through and have a little vibe check here on what exactly have I done over the past year, listing out the things that I have designed it and what I'm planning to do next. The first thing to note, of course, is the tool changing mechanism itself. So we have a little docking test here. Everything, for those who are familiar with the V1 version of this machine, that is so much faster and far more reliable than that version, so that's a good thing. And just to explain what happened there, the tool chain mechanism is actually the dock is actually on the dock itself. The dock would pivot up and push the tool out of the slot from on the gantry, and that's how the tool change happened. It worked roughly in the same principle as V1, but one thing that is very much different from V1 is, well, first and foremost, the A4T tool head itself, but more importantly, it's actually down back here, where you see there's no longer the Voron tab, and what we are having instead is this beacon scanner. Also, it's worth noting here that this entire cutout is actually the same size as the original cutout for the X carriage on a Voron. That is to say, anything that you can make fit with the default Voron X carriage will fit here. But I won't help you with the software though. The design philosophy behind the this tool chain mechanism is pretty straightforward, and that it is simply that the probing mechanism should be a separate thing from the tool changing mechanism. So here you can tell that it is basically two completely different systems that got married to each other. That will allow the mounting system to be a far more rigid than it used to be, well, compared to V1, and while the nozzle probing to be very, very accurate, especially with the beacon. Moving on from that, we have this thing here, which is the top hat. The first thing you may notice is that how actually shallow it is. This thing is only 35 millimeter extra in terms of like from where the panel was before. How I managed to get away with a small top hat can be shown here, which is the back side of the machine, and well, I'm not sure how well the camera picked it up, but all of this umbilical are feed into the back and then with a loop upward, and where to this connector over here on top. I can take the top hat off without any tool and get access to this connector once again without ever touching a hex driver. And as I have found out in my day-to-day use of the V1 over there, this is actually a very useful feature. It's specifically for reliability, because if you don't need all 4 tool head for a specific print, it is better to just disconnect the unused tool so that the relevant tool head board does not have a chance to be, fail or due to thermal throttling in the chamber or something like that. The only concession I have to make on that front though is that you cannot do this without powering the system down. 24 volt and hot plugging don't exactly play nice with each other. The next thing I want to show is actually that thing there, which is the nozzle cleaner. And as you can see, but when it's not in use, it does not take up any space on the build volume. And then when it is used, it will just pop out like so. Beyond that, that nozzle cleaning system also allow you to purge before you do any nozzle wipe. So that is something for the future, but yeah, the code is there and the hardware is there. Our final core feature of MissChanger is this. The loop ball calibration probe. Now, the cool thing about that probe is, well, actually not the physical probe itself, but rather the automation that come along with it in the software. The only thing that anyone need to do to calibrate the offset for all of these two heads is literally just to flip the probe onto the bed and select the tool that you want to calibrate and click start. That's it. No copy pasting anything, no, and in fact you don't even need to restart to get the offset applied. And that's it. That is the core of MissChanger, and that is what is available right now for free on GitLab and printable. Once again, for those who are interested, the step file and the FreeCAD design file will also be available at a later date. As for what next for the project, well, here's a little sneak peek that you may find handy. And that filter there probably a dead giveaway on what this is. It's a filtration system, and more importantly, it is a air circulation system for the internal of the MissChanger. I call it the ACTM, Active Chamber Temperature Manager. The reason why this is a add-on instead of a core part of MissChanger is, well, because this thing is 800 grams of material and probably several days of printing in and of itself. So I figure it's just better suited to be its own project instead of part of MissChanger. For those who are opting for the paid version of MissChanger, the good news I can have for you is that I'm going to put this thing together with it free of charge. And for those who don't want to commit to a Toolchanger but do want this filtration system, it will be available as its own package. I am exploring ways to get it done, maybe making the 3MF free while this step file and the documentation pay version maybe. And of course the price of this thing on its own will be cheaper than the MissChanger as a whole. And beyond that, there is one more thing that I want to do for MissChanger, but I have nothing to show just yet, so you just have to wait for it. Either that or go read the GitLab page. It literally spelled it out for you. Look forward to it, and thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.